Christmas. Imagine escaping Christmas and the allure of a luxurious city getaway. Picture a $3.6 billion colossal hotel, resort, and casino complex. What do you get? An unforgettable, pampered, and relaxing vacation, right? Now, does this live up to the hype? Hi there, my Brisbane bounders. I hope you are doing magnificently. Thank you for checking out RedLightGreenLight Reviews. It's Ryan here, and I've got another review, and this time we're checking into the Star Grand Brisbane. As always with my stays, they're incognito so as not to influence the experience during my stay. Three things that drew me to the Star Grand Brisbane. Number one, who doesn't love a brand new hotel? And number two, the view. Photos show that the view is one of the best in Brisbane. And number three, the pool deck. That just looks like a resort in the city. So, will it get the red light or the green light? Stay tuned for the verdict. Come with me and let's check it out as I take you through the arrival, the room, the food, the amenities encountered during my stay. And while we are at it, remember to like and subscribe below. Now, you would have realized by now this seems to be one of my longer reviews. So, hang tight with me and let's take a ride. I arrived at the Star Grand Brisbane by rideshare. As my rideshare pulled up to the Star Grand Brisbane, a bright and flashy hotel reminiscent of a Vegas hotel evoked an emotional wow. This is a rarity in Australia. Unlike the prestige of Vegas, this development teases luxury, quality, and sophistication. And despite checking in late on Christmas evening, the receptionists were warm and welcoming, but a little curious that they were unaware if any of the restaurants were going to be open that evening or the next day, Christmas Day. There's a nice glam to plush transition from the brushed gold-heavy lobby and elevators to the warmer timber browns of the lift lobbies, to the light greys and brown of the residential corridors. The hard product so far looks and feels great. However, I can't help notice one of my pet dislikes, especially when they're found in luxury hotels. There was an abandoned housekeeping trolley that was in the corridor greeting me as I got to my level. And it stayed there, regardless the time of the day. The corner room's layout is quite unique. A wide corridor leads to the main room space, while the ensuite is tucked away at the back. It's a lovely design, even though the fire escape plan suggests that it's one of the smaller rooms. Now everything feels luxurious and expensive, and you can tell the hotel didn't skimp on fittings. And thankfully, it was great that my request for down pillows was met. Now as you inspect the room, things start to seem a little less polished. I booked a City King room and the rate didn't include buffet breakfast, but I did score a pretty good deal, or was it? The bed was a medium firm king bed, and while I usually prefer medium to plush, I still slept very well. Bedside tables had fake drawers akin to the Vegas facadism, another really odd choice, but I did love the blown glass lamps and the motorized curtains and sheer. The wardrobe was narrow with a strange half-height drawer. There's a complimentary minibar, delightful when mentioned by reception, but disappointing when you see it. It consisted of just $2 worth of snacks and about $5 worth of drinks, and was only offered once per stay. Now, this would have been better presented as a welcome gift. Same but different. The ensuite was large and spacious, with a full-height glass window facing the internal Coliseum. The Queen's Wharf development boasts 4 towers as visible from afar and in photos. There are 2 tall skyscrapers, and the Star Grand Brisbane occupies a pair of the shorter ones. They are connected by their rooftop floor. While the room on the 14th floor offered a nice vista, it felt somewhat underwhelming compared to the other 60, 70-story towers in the area. After all, it's supposed to be one of Brisbane's flashiest hotels. Ah, the pool deck. It was totally what I was looking for the next day, Christmas Day. The thought of a poolside breakfast, cocktails, and a complete relaxation with zero obligations was just the idea of bliss. Well, did I get this? Come on and let's check it out. The Level 7 leisure deck is the showpiece of the resort, and peeking down at it from the room definitely looked more resort than hotel. And behold, it was definitely the case. It was busy, and it looked like a lot of guests and families had decided on the same Christmas without obligations idea for 2025. The vista to the Brisbane River and City Beach is magnificent, and the pool deck is equally majestic. It has some of the most beautiful hotel landscaping in Brisbane. When it comes to the hard product, there's clearly no expense spared. There are 3 pools. The main pool is in the sun, and the second is semi-covered, and the third, an oversized heated swim spa. At the far end, there's a communal sauna and steam room, which is open to kids and just about anyone, and it's unsupervised. There's the pool bar, which faces the main pool, and it services the advertised Isolata Pool Club with an afternoon DJ. And this is where the poolside experience in Brisbane's so-called 5-star hotel started to unravel. Firstly, let's talk about Queensland's liquor laws, because apparently guests at this hotel are expected to arrive already briefed from the single sign that was later found in the lobby at the bar rather than close to reception. And was this politely explained to me? Let's start at the beginning. Now, if you are at the pool before 10 a.m., there are no poolside staff on any day. There's no one to ask about poolside service, just QR codes on tables. And this is not just at Christmas, but it is a daily thing, as the bar only opens at 12. So breakfast poolside for a hotel like this is never an option. There is no way to order anything before the bar actually opens. What a shame. Now, when the bar did open, I ordered a Caesar salad, a cheeseburger, and a Long Island iced tea. And the staff explained that we could only order another drink after 90 minutes due to liquor laws. And fine. Now, we gave it a good wait between drinks. So 3 hours later, I went back for another drink. And this time, I was rudely denied by the bar manager, aggressively pointing at a sign 3 people away while saying that I had to order food. This was confusing, considering we'd already eaten, and other guests seemed to be ordering beers without any issue. I presume this was possibly about responsible serving of alcohol rather than about a law respecting the day. So I asked for clarity, and instead of an explanation, I got attitude. He said that if I was ordering within 90 minutes of the last order, it would have been okay, and insisted we had misunderstood. Now, you don't insist that your guests misunderstand anything, not in hospitality. Anyway, later on, I found out that this 90-minute limit is not in any way the law. It's just something that the hotel decided to impose themselves. Now, the Queensland liquor law actually just says that food needs to be ordered with a drink. And it has to be food that is not takeaway snacks. Very simple. It could have been explained that way. As for the rest of the leisure deck, there's also a gym, which unfortunately is not a 24-hour gym. That's something nearly almost unheard of these days at a hotel. The gym is certainly on show and designed as a place to work out and be seen working out. It's a glass enclosed pavilion with a fairly good range of equipment, including cable and pin loaded machines, dumbbells, and cardio equipment. Now, it's not often that I order room service, but room service can be a treat when you can't be bothered to head out, if the menu is interesting. Disappointingly though, there was not a lot on the menu. No simple pasta or pizza dishes, no Asian offering. Rather like a limited pub grub menu. As beautiful as this room is, the lack of a decent table for room service, especially when room service was the only option available on Christmas Eve, made it less than usable than the smaller 4.5-star Swiss Hotel Amsterdam that I previously reviewed. When I do order room service, I often get a club sandwich, which is a pretty good yardstick to see if a hotel knows how to cook. The chips on this occasion were crunchy, but the sandwich just wasn't great. And without a place in the room to dine and sit, it seemed the room isn't really the best place for in-room dining. Now, Melbourne's Crown boasts theatres, nightclubs, a food court. Essentially, it's like a cruise ship. And while there's a casino and many restaurants at the Star Grand, I didn't really find very much else. There are outdoor activities on the leisure deck like putt-putt, lawn bowls, and pickle pong. I haven't been to the Crown Casino Complex in Melbourne for a long time, but I recall it has an extensive gaming floor spanning 2 city blocks on 2 levels, and it has several cafes and bars within the gaming floor. In comparison, I think the Star's gaming floor only had one cafeteria with the same menu as room service, and it had only one restaurant, Luke Nguyen's Fat Noodle, and neither of which look very appetizing. So, what else is on offer at the development, and is it worth a visit? There's also an outdoor lawn area designed as a space for activities and movies, and this is connected to the main leisure deck of the Queen's Wharf development on the adjacent rooftop, external to the hotel. On the final day, a 1-hour late checkout extension was honored and appreciated, but a request to be able to use the pool deck to rest before my 5 p.m. flight was again denied. Now, most hotels offer this as a complimentary gesture. After all, many hotels do make a lot from food and beverage. This again led me to wonder if the pool bar and its unprofessional bar manager was again a sublease. There's also the sky deck on level 27, and it's designed to rival but ultimately be very much dwarfed by the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. It features a vast rooftop runway connecting 3 of the buildings. Well, it is Australia's most impressive publicly accessible outdoor restaurant and bar rooftop, offering stunning views, but it's not exclusive to guests. So for the final verdict, let's see. As a yes or no question, do I recommend it? I really struggle to give the Star Grand Brisbane a green light. Now, if you're going to stay there, do it for the hard product, or if staying at a casino is a primary driver. There was not a lot that I would say was unforgettably amazing for the right reasons. As beautiful as the architecture, landscaping, and views are, the pool deck just did not feel luxurious. There were no attentive poolside attendants, no resetting of sunbeds, no attentive cleaning up of glasses, plates, and rubbish. For a flagship property carrying the Star name, employing management with this low level of customer engagement is frankly unacceptable. One interaction is enough to taint the entire stay. In comparison, look for my upcoming review of the Carlisle Brisbane, which in my humble opinion is Brisbane's most glamorous and classiest hotel and pool experience. Besides the hotel itself, there's no shopping around, there's no theaters around, there's nothing that really draws you to that location, except a really small casino. Would I stay there again? It's hard to say. There was not a lot that I'd say was unforgettable for the right reasons that would draw me back. If you do book here in 2026 or 7, go in with realistic expectations and know that you're part of Brisbane's newest hospitality experiment. So it's a bit of a pity. With its breathtaking architecture, this hotel could have been as glamorous and as exclusive as the Palazzo Versace was in its inception. However, with overall extremely poorly trained staff, the Star finds itself similar to the Palazzo at its end when its naming rights were stripped. Oh, and one more thing, the same receptionist who held our bags on checkout didn't recognize me when I came back to collect them 2 hours later, thinking I was checking in. The hotel only has 300 rooms. How is that for feeling recognized? And similarly, this comes down to management. A management that cares would foster a team that cares. How do you want your staff to be remembered? How do you want to represent your brand? And how do you want your brand to be remembered? Honestly, I think that management needs to go. I hope you have enjoyed this review. This is another Red Light Green Light hotel review. Subscribe below so you don't miss out on any updates. And do comment below because I want to know what your own experience was or what your thoughts are of this review. And who knows, your comment might make it into our next video. If you want a shout out, do tell us what hotel you would like us to review next. Happy travels, fellow adventurers, and remember to tread lightly, especially when you're visiting a different country.